I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's like every time I've tried to record this video, something's going on outside. Alrighty, first of all, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I'm gonna need you to go down there, hit subscribe, then I'm gonna need you to hit the little bell. You did it? Cool. Alright. This video is going to be about when I did the 3-day Esther fast with His Daughter's Closet with Morgan Tracy J. And then I went and did a separate 3-day Esther fast with not another congregation, but I just felt the Lord calling me to do another 3-day Esther fast. So let's get into it. If you don't know what the 3-day Esther fast is, it's the story about Queen Vashti and the king. You know, they were having their 2 separate parties. The king calls for Vashti. She's like, no. And he was like, who you talking to? And she was like, you. And he was like, all right, boom, you're not the queen anymore. So then he set out to bring all these women to the palace because he was in search of a new queen. And that is how Esther came about. I'm not going to go into depth because I really, truly feel like it is something for you to look at yourself. It's such a beautiful story. It really is. But anyway, that is how the Esther fast came about. Now, I have never done an Esther fast before doing it with His Daughter's Closet, so I really didn't know what to expect. But Morgan Tracy J is just so sweet. She made a fasting guide for us that included prayer prompts, how to set it up, like different food that you could eat if you needed to eat, because the Esther fast is strictly supposed to be no eating, but, you know, drinking liquids and just being in prayer and stuff like that. So her guide consisted of prayer prompts, you know, what to do, what you could eat if you needed to. And not only did she give that, she also vlogged the entire thing, which I thought was marvelous. A lot of people will get backlash for recording, you know, them fasting because it's supposed to be something private. But I absolutely think it's a great idea because a lot of people don't know how to fast. I know I didn't. So I was so thankful to her. Along with the fasting guide and her vlogging, she also did a prayer call with the women who were doing the fast. I think it was like 100 of us on the Zoom call, and that was just wonderful and needed as well. So that was such a beautiful experience. But let's get into my personal part of the fast. So when I was fasting, I was like, I need financial breakthrough. I needed other things, but that was the main thing. I was like, I need my money. So I put on there that I was fasting for all this other stuff, but it was mainly money. As I'm going through the fast, I'm hearing people talk about they're getting breakthroughs their first day, they're getting breakthroughs their second day, and I was sitting there and I just felt like nothing was happening for me. I mean, reading the reading Esther's story throughout the days, you really did get a deeper understanding of it, which I thought was just so beautiful because I've read her story before and I saw One Night with the King. If you didn't know, that's what it's about. But it never really hit to this depth. And the quote of Esther is, for you were called, you know, for such a time as this. And that just rang so true during this time. But anyway, I was going through the fast and I was not sensing anything shifting in the physical. I wasn't feeling any different. I was understanding her story more and I felt like I was getting closer to God. But as far as for physical things I was fasting for, I didn't see anything. I started getting discouraged. I was like, am I doing this right? Did I miss something? Because I was seeing girls talk about breakthroughs that they were having and I just wasn't seeing anything. So around about the second night, if you believe in God but you're not into the spiritual aspect of it, I would suggest for you to skip past this part. I'll put a little time mark up here. But like I said, I was feeling like I wasn't experiencing anything. I wasn't seeing anything in the physical. I was feeling me get closer to God, but that was mainly it. So compared to other people, other women that were experiencing other stuff, it was like, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, the second night I was on the fast, I went to bed. I was in my room and I fell asleep. When I woke back up, I felt as if something was staring at me. And I ignored it because I was like, me and my mom anoint, we pray, we take communion, all of that. Like nothing's in this house. So I was trying to get back to sleep and I could not get back to sleep. It was about like 15 minutes after I was just laying there. My cat gets up and hisses towards the direction of the door, which is where I felt like something was staring at me. And I was like, Lord have mercy. In the call earlier that night, Morgan was talking about how these battles come, you know, to us and we're trying to fight them and we lose them because we can't fight them. Only God can fight them. And I just remember her saying, tell God to get in the ring with it. So that's exactly what I did. Normally, you know, I'd get up and pray and devil get out of here and whatever. And I prayed a little bit, but I really couldn't do what I wanted to do because it was like I was fasting. I had no energy. I was like, God, you're gonna have to take this because I barely can sit up here and pray. So I asked for the Lord to take it, and I dozed off, and when I woke back up, I felt peace in my room again. So that was crazy to me. So when I woke up on the third day, I was like, God, I've been saying I haven't been experiencing anything. I haven't been seeing anything happen in the physical, but stuff has to happen in spiritual, and then it can manifest into the physical. And if my fast wasn't doing anything like I thought, there wouldn't be or wouldn't have been something sent from the devil to try and deter me from it, if you get what I'm saying. So that was powerful to me, and that was enough, you know, information for me to keep going with the fast. So I get through the third day. I could have ate that night, but I didn't. I waited till the next day, and I was waiting and waiting a couple weeks, and everything that I had asked for on my fast, half of the stuff happened and then half of the stuff did not happen. But I was thankful for what happened. But to be honest, when I ended that fast with His Daughter's Closet, I felt the Lord asking me, could you go another day? Could you go another 2 days? Could you go another 3 days? And I was like, God, I barely got through this. What are you talking about? But the whole month of February after the fast, it was just like, Esther fast, Esther fast, Esther fast. And I was like, is this me or is this Him? I didn't know. But one thing I found out about if it's me talking or if it's God talking, you got to ask yourself, why would I be telling myself or asking myself to do this? So as far as for fasting, I don't think humans go and say, we got to fast. It's like we have to fast because God calls us to fast, and it's a part of our life as we walk as being, you know, believers. So I was watching a sermon from another church one day, and the guy was talking about they were going into an Esther fast because stuff has been changing around in the world, as you can tell, and God led him and his congregation to go through with the Esther fast. So I was like, this is just confirmation for me. But this time it wasn't just me, my mom did it as well. So for this Esther fast, God told me the things that He wanted me to pray about, me and my mom, and I'm not going to share them. But during this fast, I experienced something in the physical, like in the spiritual, that I've never experienced before. I honestly feel as though God was working, and He showed me different things, and long story short, this fast, and I'm not saying that the first fast didn't do anything, because it definitely did. Like I said, my list of things that I wanted to fast for, half came true, but the other half was still kind of there, and I was waiting on it. After the second fast, I literally saw things happening in the spiritual, and so when you see that, you know things are about to happen in the physical. So basically, with the fast with His Daughter's Closet, and then the next fast that I did with this, not with the other congregation, but I got breakthrough, okay? And it wasn't financially, and it still isn't financially yet, but I feel that's coming because God is speaking to me. But what I want to get on here and talk to you about is what happened. Y'all, I remember asking God for a new car. I remember asking Him for a new name. I didn't know that that was something that God gave until I saw Morgan Tracy J and some other YouTubers. They were like, God gave me a new name. And I was like, Lord, I would love a new name. Like, I like my name. But getting a new name just really means getting a new you. So it was a car, it was finance, it was the new name, and it was just confirmation on what He has been telling me. Because God was telling me that I was going to be moving as well, which is another word that I will get into another day. But for right now, we're going to get into God giving me the new name and the car. So, as far as the car, He's just been showing me in my mind since New Year's about the things that I will be receiving this year, and the car has repeatedly kept coming on my mind, kept coming on my mind, kept coming on my mind. And I'm honestly happy to say that I am in the finalization process of getting this car that I have been looking at for years. And God is just basically telling me that it's in my path, just keep walking in Him and being obedient, and it will be mine. So glory be and thankful to God. Next is my new name. Like I said, I was asking God for a new name. With a new name becomes, you know, being a new person, and I really wanted that. So as far as my new name, as you all know, my name is Kaylin, but God gave me the name Kaylin K. So that is why the name of this channel has changed recently. if you noticed. And I'm super excited. So how that came about was that me and my mom were praying one day, and she kept saying the name Kaylin K, Kaylin K. She said, I don't know what this means, but the Lord keeps repeating it. So I wrote it down, and I was like, that sounds like a new name. But I waited on him to tell me. So a week after I did the second Esther fast, I had a vision of me, and I was walking around in the store, and it was like I came face to face with myself. Split an image of me, the hair and everything, the eye color was just different. And I'm looking at her, and then all of a sudden something comes from the back and knocks her over. And it wasn't like a nudge knocked her over. It was like something came from the back and went like that. Like, I can't even show you how hard it had hit this person. That was me, and shattered into so many pieces and dust. And when I saw that, I got frightened because I was like, Lord, what is that? God shared with me, and these were his exact words. He said, the old you is dead. She is dead. She is gone. The new you is coming. But the old you had to die because she cannot go where I am taking you. And I just got so overwhelmed. I got emotional because I was like, I've been waiting to basically be reborn again. I was waiting for a new version of myself. Not to say I wasn't cool with being myself, but I was honestly sick of myself. Like, I'm finally getting back onto the path of living with God, like really living with God. And I'll always have my past mistakes. You know, I'll always have her. But it's the fact that God hurt me out, and I was like, I'm ready to be reborn. I'm ready for a new name. I'm ready for a new journey. I am ready to do this with you, Lord. And he gave that to me. So I honestly want to say none of this would have happened. Even those two things, you may be thinking they're small or whatever, but none of that would have happened if I didn't fast, honestly. You know, fasting is really sitting down going, God, I'm not gonna, eat. I'm gonna take this many days away and just really spend time with you and be in your word and be in your presence and listen to you, because I believe if I do this, I have faith that you will come through and show me some things and do some things. And he absolutely did. And I want to talk to the person who has been fasting and immediately nothing has happened, and you've been waiting maybe weeks, maybe months, and nothing has happened. That's how I felt, and I honestly thought that I was doing it wrong, but the Lord revealed to me that it takes time. You know, some people's breakthroughs were right there, and that's why they got them like that. Some people's breakthroughs were a couple of days later after that particular fast. Yours is still coming, but it's going to take some time to get here. And even in that, you build faith. So I want to talk to the person who is fasting and feeling like nothing is happening. Number one, I want you to speak to God before you fast to see if this is the fast he wants you to do and how he wants you to do it, and if he wants you to do it with somebody. And then when you're fasting, have faith. Have faith. Have faith. Because that was something I was losing. I was losing when I was seeing everything work for everybody else. But God had to come in and confirm to me that yours is coming, daughter. It's coming. You just gotta wait. So, from the fast, finalizations for this car, I have been dreaming of a new name and just really giving me a fresh wind to start this ministry. So he didn't tell me to change the name of the ministry, which is Blissful Blessings, but I did change the channel name to Kaylin K because that is me, and I just want to be able to look at that every time I upload a video and know what I am doing this for. I'm thankful to Morgan Tracy J, for starting this, for giving out free resources that you don't have to pay for, and I will link her channel down below so you all can go check her out and check out a bunch of her fasting guides and prayer prompts and ebooks and how to blog. She has so many free resources that it's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. And she is here to help you in any way, shape, or form by building your ministry, and also with her membership that she does have. So I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye.